Hey, Scruffy. So it's early. We're, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes earlier than our start time, or our early start time. So I have super supper with kibble. So I'm having another bad day. My refrigerator is not cooling food anymore. So I've been trying to deal with that all afternoon. Can't believe my bad luck. What's with the hiss? So I need to get the food on the table. And we gotta get the glove on. Okay. So I didn't notice a problem with the refrigerator till this afternoon. I was starting to do an early meal prep, because my plan is to go for a run after I finish here with Scruffy, and I want to try to do a longer run. So unfortunately, yeah, the heat is going to stay with us for a while. And it looks like my best option is to run after I feed Scruffy late in the evening. So there's a chance that the evenings will be reasonable temperature right before sunset. So I wanted to prep my food a little early, and that way I can be ready to move when ready to feed Scruffy right on the dot, and then when I get back I can just throw my food in the microwave and try to eat almost right away. Because when I get back it's going to be late, and it's going to force me to eat dinner really late. So I don't want to have to do meal prep on top of that, because I'll be eating really, really late if I have to do that. So anyway, I needed to thaw out a new container of soup, and did that I took it out of the freezer and put it into the refrigerator last night, and I noticed that it was pretty much melted, thawed out, and I thought that was strange, because usually it's still frozen. At this point, it's just starting to melt enough that I can dish out small chunks of it, and then in another day it will probably be more melted. So I thought maybe because I changed the recipe a little bit, so I'm using a lot more tomato paste than tomato sauce now, I was thinking maybe that's the reason it melted faster. So I didn't give it much thought initially, and then I happened to notice the refrigerator seemed a little warm, and because of problems I've had with the refrigerator going out before and the freezer going out, I keep thermometers in the fridge and freezer now, because I'm always worried about it. though. So my refrigerator went out a few years ago, so this is a brand new one. So I bought this one in 2019, but my freezer went out within the last year, and I'm actually still dealing with that. So if you've been listening to me talk, I've been trying to live without that separate freezer for about a year now, and I'm kind of sick of it, so I've been thinking about buying a new chest freezer, and of course they're now sold out, and no word if they're going to get more, because I guess there's shortages, and the price has gone up from $130 to $300, so I'm not thrilled. So anyway, I've been getting by with just my new refrigerator and a smaller freezer. Yeah. And so now my refrigerator has gone out, but it appears that the freezer part, I think, is still working. So just the refrigerator is not cooling, I think. So I'm looking online, trying to figure out what that might mean, and if there's a possibility I can actually fix this without hiring a repair service, which would probably be expensive. So it looks like there is a chance that I don't know what to call the unit, but it's basically a tunnel or a pipe that allows cold air to go from the freezer to the refrigerator. That could have been frozen over with ice. And if that's the case, I just need to either get in there, chip the ice away, or let the ice melt. So it looks like the easiest solution is just cut the power, everything, take out all the food, try to save it somehow, and let the whole unit just thaw out, and then turn it back on and see if the refrigerator starts working again. So that's what I've been trying to figure out the logistics to. Chances are it's not going to be that, and so I'll probably need a part or something. So because the refrigerator is still working, like the compressor and the expensive parts are probably still working, and it's probably like an inexpensive part that's broken, and the expense would be hiring a repair person to come out and fix it. In theory, I might be able to do it myself, but it's probably actually more economical for me just to hire somebody, because me dinking around with it may cause me to buy all the wrong parts, and I'll waste money doing that, and I'll be wasting a lot of time, and then still no guarantee I'm actually going to get it fixed. So once I isolate the problem to some degree, it's probably, if it's not the pipe that's frozen over, I'm probably going to have to hire somebody. It's just going to make more sense. But since they're going to come out, I might also ask them about getting an estimate on what it would take to repair my broken freezer. I still have it. I never got rid of it. I've been planning to have it hauled away, but I just haven't done it. Partly because of the pandemic, lockdowns, everything's shut down, and everyone's avoiding contact, and I might need help with moving it. So I just kept it where it is and plan to get rid of it but haven't done so yet. So I'm thinking if they come out to repair the refrigerator, I might at least ask them for an estimate on how much it would cost to repair the freezer, and if it's worth it. My expectation is it's not worth it, because it's an old freezer. It's probably like 20 years old or something. But because of all the shortages, who knows, it actually might be economical. Because, as I mentioned, the small chest freezer I was looking at, more than doubled in price. This freezer that died is upright. It's a big one. My parents used it. I don't actually need that much space, but it's nice to have if it works. But yeah, it's probably not, economical unless it's cheap to repair. I suspect it's not. It's not power efficient either, I'm presuming. Okay, let's get your food. So, yeah, I don't think I saw Scruffy this morning. And then when I came out to bring out his water, it's a very similar story. I think I chilled the water, so I was a little late chilling the water. I guess I'll talk about that in a moment. But when I came out, he was behind the table, and didn't see him initially. And then as I came out and kind of moved the camera more to the side, I could see he was behind the table. Yesterday he was lying down. Today he was actually sitting. But kind of like the past 2 days, he wasn't going to budge until I moved away from the bowl and start going back in. Although today, so I did wait at the bowl a little bit longer. Not that long, but a little bit longer. And then instead of walking towards the door, I took a couple steps back. I didn't actually, away from the bowl, I didn't walk back towards the door though. And he waited for a while, but eventually he decided to go in. I don't know if that really helps me or not, because I'm not really that much closer to him compared to where the door is, so. But as he was drinking, then I went back towards the door, and then I went in. So my thinking was, if I'm at least moving around while he's drinking, I get him used to me at least not being absolutely still. Yeah, he didn't have any meows or anything for me today. So anyway, but chilling the water, it was a little late. I think I forgot about chilling the water, and then maybe an hour before I brought out the water, I tried to chill the water, and I didn't notice if the water was still warm or not. I thought the bowl felt a little cool, so I thought maybe it was chilling, so maybe the refrigerator was still working at that point. Or maybe it was just kind of on its last vestiges and it was slowly warming up inside the refrigerator, but cool enough that the bowl might have felt cold. So I don't know. And let's see. Well, yesterday I did notice frost in the freezer. So there was a whole bunch of it was like snow. It was just a bunch of piles of loose ice, almost like snow, just kind of lying on top of things, particularly in the back right corner of the freezer. And I couldn't figure out what was causing that. I knew it was strange and it shouldn't do that. I thought maybe what had happened is I accidentally left the door slightly ajar, so maybe it was warming up, and that's why the frost built up. The refrigerator, both the refrigerator and the freezer have an alarm though. If you leave the door open, it beeps. So there wasn't any beep, but I was thinking maybe it was just a tad open or something. So maybe like it didn't, like a package or a wrapper or something got stuck, so the seal wasn't tight, and so maybe it was warmer in there than it should have been. But I think after I noticed it, I rechecked the freezer and made sure it was closed. And actually, this might have been 2 days ago. So anyway, when I checked it again, I didn't notice the problem didn't get any worse. And I think the frost that I saw, I thought was just still the leftover frost from the first time around. In hindsight, I should have cleaned up the frost just so I could see if the problem was persistent. I should have done that in retrospect. But I thought it didn't look like it had gotten worse, so I thought the problem was resolved. And so now, in retrospect, I'm thinking that maybe connected to the refrigerator not cooling. So my hope is maybe that frost or something is it got into the duct that transfers the cold air, and that got frozen in and blocked the thing, and then I just need to thaw the refrigerator so the blockage goes away. So that's my moonshot hope. Otherwise, it looks like it could be a fan problem. It could be a thermostat type problem, or it could be I was looking on YouTube for different solutions. I think there's a component called a timer. So it sounds like a timer is a very common culprit for this. So none of these things look or sound particularly expensive to fix. It's the cost of getting a repair person to come. In theory, I could probably, like I said, try to do it myself, but I'd probably have to order the parts online, and then that would take a whole bunch of time, and then it'd probably be the wrong part, and then there's probably no return policy, or if there is a return policy, there's either a stocking fee, or even if there isn't, the shipping is going to be expensive, probably more than the part. So by the time all said and done, it's probably just better to hire a professional who actually knows what they're doing, if it's not something easy that I can do with no parts. So I got pretty much nothing done today. And Scruffy's not going to get cool water anymore until I get my refrigerator fixed. At least I don't plan to. So I also, just transferred the last batch of ice cubes to my thermoses, so that's all the ice I'm going to have for a little bit. And I can't put the thermoses in the refrigerator anymore. Cool down. So they're going to melt faster than I've been doing. So I'm not probably going to have ice in a few days, depending on how quickly I can resolve this problem. And yeah, it's going to continue to be hot. So actually I've been running that small deficit with ice recently because it's been so hot. I've been using more ice, and I haven't been making cubes fast enough to replace. So I've been running a small deficit. So my thermoses have actually been getting more and more empty as time goes on. So I'm going to run out of ice soon. Okay, looks like Scruffy's done. So I gotta go for a run. At least try. Actually, I'm not feeling that energetic right now. It's probably gonna be another miserable run. But I'm gonna try. I'll do it. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.